In 1318, in the city of York, a nun named Joan of Leeds decided that she had had quite enough of convent life, thank you very much. But rather than petitioning her superiors for her release, a process that could take years and likely go absolutely nowhere, Joan took a more dramatic approach. She faked her own death. Hey friend, welcome back to the YouTube channel for the Renaissance English History Podcast. I am Heather, and as always, I am delighted, ecstatic, thrilled that you are here with me today to talk about a nun who faked her own death so she could get out of convent life. So according to a letter written by the Archbishop William Melton, Joan crafted a dummy in the likeness of her body and arranged for it to be buried in the convent's sacred ground, and then vanished into the wider world. The letter doesn't tell us exactly what the dummy looked like, but historians think she might have filled a shroud with earth or sand, perhaps shaped it to resemble a human form. Then, with help from, quote, numerous accomplices, as the Archbishop put it, the burial was staged. The other nuns may have thought they were actually attending a solemn funeral, or maybe they were in on the act. Either way, Joan was gone before anyone had a chance to dig up her grave and find out the truth. Her story comes to us not from a medieval chronicle or saint's life, but from one irritated archbishop trying to get her back. His letter, preserved for 700 years, was rediscovered and translated by scholars at the University of York and the National Archives as part of a project to digitize the records of the archbishops of York. In the letter, Melton demanded that the clergy in the nearby town of Beverley locate Joan since rumors claimed she'd been spotted there. His language is a mixture of frustration, outrage, and moral condemnation, accusing her of abandoning her vows and being seduced by indecency. He insisted she had perverted her path of life arrogantly to the way of carnal lust and away from poverty and obedience. Egad, that sounds awful. But between the lines, you can almost hear the exasperation of a man realizing that a young woman, cloistered, constrained, and supposedly obedient, had managed to outwit his entire ecclesiastical system. So the archbishop never says why Joan left, but historians have a few ideas. For some women, joining a convent was a calling, but for others, it was just a family arrangement, a practical solution for daughters without large dowries or marriage prospects. In medieval England, girls could be sent to a religious house as young as 13, and once they took vows, leaving was not simple. For families, a convent offered stability and safety to their daughters, and for the women itself, it often meant good food, education, and protection from the dangers of childbirth that claimed so many women's lives. Archaeologists studying monastic burial sites have found that nuns often lived longer than the average woman of her time. In some ways, convents were among the most secure environments in medieval society. But security is not the same as happiness. Not everyone wanted a lifetime of obedience and silence. Some nuns rebelled, quietly at first, and sometimes spectacularly. The Italian writer Boccaccio even included tales of flirtatious nuns in the Decameron, stories that still make people laugh centuries later. Joan's letter is unique because it captures a real person doing what those fictional characters only hinted at, breaking free. She might have been young, maybe in her late teens or 20s, and clearly she had friends willing to help her pull it off. We don't know where she went next, but the Archbishop's complaint that she now wanders at large suggests that she managed to disappear successfully. The letter ends with the usual moralizing, but there's also a trace of bewilderment. How could this nun, tucked away in a quiet Yorkshire convent, have fooled everyone so completely? 700 years later, she's still fooling us a little bit. We don't know what became of her, what she looked like, or even her age. But thanks to a cranky church official and a team of modern archivists, Joan of Leeds has outlasted her would-be jailers. She is one of those rare medieval women who stepped out of the record and made history by vanishing from it. So there you go, my friend, a little bit about Joan of Leeds, just a little snippet because I saw this article and I wanted to share it with you. If you enjoyed it, I sure would appreciate a press of that like button. As always, it helps to feed that algorithm and get our content to more people. I hope you have an amazing day, my friend. I will be back soon. In the meantime, don't forget to drink your water. Bye-bye.